Here's a few simple rules for permanent airtight ducts. Rule number 1, never use duct tape. Even high-dollar, high-quality duct tape is going to fail. It's just a matter of when. So never use duct tape. Professionals recommend this duct mastic, UL 181 listed duct mastic. It makes a permanent airtight seal that actually works like an adhesive. This adhesive ought to be put on nickel thick. So it ought to be put on thick on every joint. When joining two pieces of duct together, you'll need to use 3 metal fasteners, mechanical fasteners. Those will be put in all the way around the duct, and then the duct mastic applied in nickel thick around this joint, this joint, this joint, and you can see where we've done it on this joint. All these side joints as well need to be sealed. For larger holes, such as this penetration here, we would use a fiberglass mesh and then seal that with the mastic. The duct mastic is easy to apply. You can brush it on with a brush. You can use a putty knife or a trowel and trowel it on the joints. Or my favorite way is just with rubber gloves and put it on nickel thick. So we've got consistency of basically mashed potatoes. We work it into the joint. We get all the joints permanently sealed nickel thick.
Flexible ducts are fairly common in newer or remodeled homes. These also need to be sealed with mastic and mechanical fasteners. Attaching flexible duct to metal connections is simple and it's easy to ensure an airtight system. First, start by applying a generous layer of UL 181 mastic on the metal duct. Slide the inner plastic liner of the flexible duct over the mastic. Secure with a zip tie. Once the mastic sets up, a permanent seal is established. Pull insulation and outer liner over the inner connection. Secure mechanically with a zip tie. Mastic at this connection is not required. The inner seal is critical.
Today there are many choices for highly efficient furnaces and heat pumps. And of course this equipment is always a great choice when it comes time to upgrade your older system. However, before you invest in that 95% efficient furnace or top-rated heat pump, make sure you're not connecting this expensive, high-tech equipment to leaking air ducts. When you think about it, this is sort of like buying an ENERGY STAR certified refrigerator and then leaving the door open. Properly sealing and insulating your ducts costs far less than a new furnace and may actually have more of an impact on your energy bills. And if you have leaky ducts, sealing them first may actually allow you to get by with a smaller, less expensive new unit.
Sure, duct sealing isn't as glamorous as shiny, new equipment you can see, but it should be the first and often least expensive step to making your home more energy efficient and lowering your utility bills. For a typical home with ducts in the attic, crawl space, or routed through a garage, an experienced crew can thoroughly seal and insulate both the supply and return duct systems in less than a day. Since the average forced air system often loses between 10 and 40% of its energy efficiency through air leaks, this is a highly cost-effective way to increase comfort while reducing your heating bill and safeguarding indoor air quality. In general, large-scale duct sealing in unconditioned spaces should be done by licensed and bonded professionals, but minor duct repairs are easy to do yourself. Before beginning work, you'll want to make sure that asbestos is not a problem. Asbestos exposure is a serious health issue. Prior to about 1980, asbestos tape or fabric was often used to seal or cover ductwork. Asbestos may also be hidden, especially in situations where wooden floor joists were enclosed or panned with metal sheeting to create a return air plenum. If you suspect asbestos, contact your local health department to find out which agency in your area regulates asbestos removal. Contact that agency for information on how to safely do the removal yourself or for a list of certified asbestos contractors.
Something else that's very important to consider when your air handling equipment is in a closed space like this one, when this system operates, the fan can pull air in the return system, such as this, which potentially could backdraft this water heater that's gas powered. These fumes can get into the air handling system and be delivered to the house, creating a potentially serious indoor air quality problem.
Paints, cleaners, solvents, and other potentially hazardous materials should also not be stored with air handling equipment in enclosed spaces like closets and garages. The only way to definitely determine whether your duct system is airtight is to do a duct pressure test. But please note, it is rarely cost-effective to pay for this test by itself, unless it is part of a comprehensive home evaluation or energy audit. Testing alone does not repair leaks, and duct sealing will most likely be called for anyway. To do the test, all exterior doors and windows are closed. A technician uses a blower door to suck air out of the house, creating a slight vacuum in the sealed home. This slight vacuum causes outside air to be drawn in through all openings to the outside, and the air pressure at each register is measured. If the ducts are airtight, little or no airflow will be detected. Large amounts of air indicate leaks in the duct system. Additional testing using a duct blower to pressurize the system can accurately measure the exact amount of leakage to the outdoors. Whether or not you decide to test, sealing and insulating leaky ducts is always cost-effective. The rule is to always air seal before adding insulation.
That's the thing, you know, you can invest a great amount in insulating your home, air sealing your home, and creating healthy measures for your home, but you can't really see it. So it's
So
easy.
this is out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
People can see their fancy new windows and their weather stripping and
their
and
Prius.
the high efficiency furnace, but they don't
Right.
see this. Basically, that's a huge leak in your energy bill.
Yeah, you can install all the compact fluorescent light bulbs in the world in your house, and still you're pumping hot air into the crawl space, or in the attic, or literally outside of the envelope.
Remember, properly sealing and insulating your air ducts is one of the #1 ways to save energy, money, and provide comfort. On behalf of the Washington State University Extension Energy Program, I'm Rich Prill. Thanks for watching.